Podcast Legends.
Hey guys, what's up? Aaron Rayleigh here with Podcast Legends, and today I have a very special guest with us, our own Superintendent, Miss Jennifer Johnson. Thank you for coming on to us. We are honored to have you, and we're just going to ask you some questions to see what your experience as a superintendent has been like. So, right quick, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, this is my 25th year in education. I started out as a teacher and a coach, and I've taught high school and junior high, and even had a little bit of elementary PE thrown in there. I was a curriculum director. I was a principal at intermediate school, and then I was assistant superintendent, and then I became a superintendent. And that's pretty much me. I have two grown children. One's at Texas A&M University, and the other one's at the University of Houston going to business school. My husband's a fireman.
That's great.
That's me.
So, what made you decide to become a superintendent, or at least kind of get your name out there?
To be honest, I never thought I would be a superintendent. I always wanted to be a teacher growing up, and that's the only thing I ever thought I would ever do. Initially, I thought I'd always be a teacher and a coach, but I learned real quick that God has a plan for all of us, and it's not always our plan. And so some doors opened. I had some people that mean a lot to me encourage me and challenge me and push me out of my comfort zone. And God brought me to Raines, and that's when I got my superintendent certification. And I thought when I got it, I don't know if I'll ever be a superintendent. And like I said, God had a plan, and I feel very blessed because the door opened and I was able to walk through it, and I love my job.
He's always got a plan.
He does.
So, what would you say is the toughest part? Like, what are some challenges for your position?
Well, since this is year 2, one of the biggest one has obviously been COVID.
Right.
You know, as a new superintendent, I did not see that coming, as no one did.
I don't think anyone did. No.
The hardest thing was on March 13th when I had to make the decision to let you guys have an extended spring break. And I thought when we did that initially, we'd have you guys back in another week. And then, of course, things took a nosedive, and it didn't quite happen that way. And so that's been probably the biggest challenge. You know, I just try every day to put kids first and make the decisions that are best for kids. I try to step back and really think about the decisions that I make. And sometimes it's hard to make people understand why I have to make the decisions I have to make.
So a couple weeks ago, you issued some statements about at-home learning. So what did you guys really learn from that?
At-home learning has been a challenge. I think our teachers have done an amazing job. Everyone, I mean, across the district, teachers, custodians, paraprofessionals, food service, I mean, everybody, bus drivers, everyone has chipped in to try to let us be at school. And one of the hard things is at-home learning is not something that we had a lot of time to get ready for. And that's probably been the biggest challenge. And so it's really hard because teachers have a heart for kids, and they want to do whatever it takes to help kids.
Right.
And it takes a lot of hours to do that, and it's very, very hard. But and I think it's also hard for kids because kids haven't had that experience. You know, normally, I guess, you start to get that at-home experience or that online learning experience when you take dual credit.
Right.
You know, historically, that's when kids have really started learning how to do online learning is when you've taken dual credit classes in high school, which for a lot of kids is not until they're sophomores or juniors. Right. But now we've got kindergartners and first graders. We've even got some pre-K kids learning how to do online learning.
Wow.
And so it's been a learning thing for everyone, and some are struggling.
I know it's been a challenge for all of us. So, right quick, do you have any news regarding the district or anything happening within the district?
You know, it's funny because every time I put out news, then I go to a meeting and I have to change what I said because that's been one of the things with COVID is we've learned to be real flexible, and I would say pivot is our word that we've been using since March. And I would say my news for the district is to continue to be flexible. I'm so very proud. I can't say that enough, because even students, you guys have done an awesome job with wearing masks, and they're a pain, and I know no one likes to wear them, but nobody complains, and everybody does what we need to do so that we can all be here, and I'm so appreciative for that. Going forward, I'm hoping that, I told someone when school started, we had to start really tight and have things really locked down, and just to make sure everybody was safe.
Well, it's about all the questions we wanted to ask you. I want to thank you so much for being on here. We've been trying to get you on here for a while.
Yeah, it's been a little crazy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Podcast Legends. We'll see you in the next one.